What is your kryptonite? Eggs. If they are processed, like indoor sauce, no problem. Couldn't tell you if it's made with egg or not. But eggs themselves? No matter how small the portion is, I will throw up. Even the smell makes me nauseous. Doesn't matter how you prepare it. Hard-boiled, soft-boiled, omelette, fried, I tried it all and barfed anyway. And I don't really understand why. It's not like hey, I don't like the flavor, my body is for whatever reason actively eating eggs. My own body and mind. Some days I have no problem going out and working in the annoyingly hot sunlight all day as long as I've got some shade and plenty of water. Other days I can stand to get out of bed except to eat, drink, and basic hygiene stuff. Today all I'm going to do is wash clothes, wash my bed sheets, and repair my tools, and just that feels like an epic slog. Maybe I'll listen to a podcast on YouTube or something to pass the time. Currently it's Kettle brand salt and vinegar chips. Every trip to the store equals buying the family-size bag and then eating the chips for dinner instead of having proper food. Used to be Pacific Gold original beef jerky from Costco, but that has too much sugar and gives me the runs. I ate half a family-size bag of crunchy Cheetos the other day. Caused me to have terrible acid reflux, thought I was going to die. My wife? Seriously. We've been together 10 years and I'm still just obsessed with her. This whole person that makes up this being that is my wife is just incredibly addictive to me. And it's so strange how she is literally untouched by time, in my eyes. Even more incredible? I actually realize how rare this is and how fortunate I am. I genuinely wish this for others, that secret assorted berries flavored Toms. I get really bad heartburn, which my prescribed medicine sometimes isn't enough to deal with. That said, I would rather my esophagus dissolve into fiery jello than let a single assorted berry Tom pass through my lips. They are an affront to God and the perfectly flavored assorted fruit-flavored Tums that should be the norm. Dogs lol. I have a relatively serious job that requires focus, alertness and attention keeping others safe. But if there's a really cute Peppers, I have to actively not pay attention to it lol. I can watch humans get hurt but can't watch dogs get hurt. When I get home I cuddle my dog first and my wife gets mad. Peppers gets half my bacon etc etc. I have zero self-control when it comes to snacks in the house. Nothing ever lasts like chips, cookies, or candy. Thankfully, I'm also a complete cheap ass, so I almost never have them in the house. But if we have people over and they leave some here, Lord help my blood sugar and pray to the diabetes gods for forgiveness. Genuine tears from any boy, man, elderly person. I'm fairly immune to women's cheers and I am one, so it's not that I'm insensitive. Not sure why that is exactly, but when I worked in vet medicine all of my co-workers always agreed that these folks mentioned above were definitely veterinary kryptonite. Men being angry near at me, especially larger older men. If a man yells at me, that's it, my brain already defaulting to the fawn response. Everyone likes to joke about daddy issues but no one talks about how much it actually fucks you up. Trivia I like it a lot, I play a lot, and not so humble brag I win a lot as well. Not to be too obtuse, but if there was an unmarked van that had free trivia written on its side, that's how I'd be lured and consequently kidnapped. High frequency noises. I can't be in a room with one of those tube TVs, I hate when that sound gets recorded in a video, and I hate those deer scaring sound things. The thing is, most people my age or older can't hear it. Hot Cheetos. I'll be doing good, eating healthy all day, but if I have a bag of hot Cheetos in the cabinet, it is almost guaranteed I'll eat the whole thing in one sitting. I avoid buying them for this reason. When my mom looks at me and says what's wrong or are you doing okay? I break down every time, especially when I'm struggling a little or just come home from a rough couple of weeks at college. I'm not exactly a fan of being shot or stabbed, but I'm fairly certain a drug overdose would take me out so easily at this point in my life. I stay away from anything that's not weed anymore. Burger King I know which store has the crispy fries so it'd make my day that most of the places are tip-top shape with their food and frozen Coke machines that aren't broken my kryptonite. Since I'm autistic, here are just a few. Crowded places. Dogs that bark non-stop I like dogs though, as long as they're not annoying. Onions in food. Forced multitasking. A man that has big balls that hang down low. Like when you're getting fucked in the ass and you feel his balls bouncing into your taint. You know you're having a good time. Brunettes with a cute smile and gorgeous eyes with a hint of devious playfulness. Long sexy legs that look great in a dress, and an amazing butt. Oh wait, that's my wife. Butterscotch. Just smelling it makes me sick to my stomach and gives me a headache. I have no idea how people can put it in their mouths, it smells and tastes like poison. When my wife does that jump to get booty in her jeans, she could bring us to financial ruin and crash my car, and I'd still be powerless if she did the jean jump. Logic, and fast flying bullets, and like almost everything that would kill Bill Nye except for lead poisoning, I grew immune to it very fast after I was bored. Burgers. Had them a lot when I was a teenager at BC. It was the only thing my younger sibling would eat while out. Can't have them without throwing up anymore. Hot weather. I'm pretty useless in the summer. And come to think of it, I'm not very useful the rest of the year either. But much worse in the summer. People who are rude and get away with it. It makes me so incredibly angry that I can't think of anything else and annoy the hell out of others with it. Animals and sweets. So I became a vet. I get to spend every day surrounded by animals, and in return I sometimes receive sweets from owners. Win-win. Black tights, pantyhose. White socks. Knee-high and thigh-high stockings. Leggings. Fit asses. Nipples poking through thin shirts. Camel toe. Cock outlines. Definitely plutonium. Or arsenic. I don't react well to ricin. Cyanide is another one that I try to avoid. Damn, I would be a shit superhero. Any brain-altering substance or mildly interesting hobby. Addiction runs in my blood, and I have been addicted to more things than I can think of. Light-skinned girls with curly hair. Even worse if they have colorful eyes. Simping, munching, all of the above. Just look my way, baby girl. Pics of bone-related diseases, something like bone cancer or Stoneman's disease. Search up bone cancer skull for a fucked up skull pic. Potato chips and French onion dip. I will eat them until I feel sick and then eat more. It's like a drug. I don't buy dip anymore. Depends on my mood, but redheads, girls with glasses, flannel shirts, good dyed hair or bleached blonde hair, punk girls, emo girls, caring, too much usually but sometimes just at all. Life would be so much easier if I was one of them MFs that just didn't care. Chicken wings and takoyaki. I've only got the fondest of memories, drunk or sober if I see it. It's the only thing I'm gonna want. Turns out getting shot with a bear at 50 calories in the chest won't leave you at 1 horsepower, yeah, and teammates won't revive you either. Compliments. Really. I never know how to react when someone says nice things about me, and it makes me really uncomfortable. My wife's thick thighs. She walks around the house in short shorts and all I wanna do is run my hands up and down her thighs. Gas. It doesn't make me weak or anything like that just by being near it. But if I'm breathing 100 kr, I'm going to die. Social interactions, like how the fuck am I supposed to know when to hug you, shake your hand or just nod from a distance? Emotional attachment. I've just realized, when I start falling in love, I start feeling shitty. Must be some sort of PTSD. Pasta. I've been eating low carb, but put pasta within 20 feet of me and people will lose fingers if they get in my way. When people bite down on their fork while eating. You know, when they pull it out and it makes that horrible sound. Girls that wear a bun, sweats with a hole in one of the legs, an old t-shirt, and some flip-flops for date night. Walking out onto a busy highway, being headshot, a well-placed samurai sword swipe, about 7 million other things. Change in weather. It's one of my migraine triggers. I could probably work for meteorological department lol. People being late. Once or twice with a good excuse is fine, but repeatedly? Even with a good excuse? Nope. Having to get up early. I'm a chronically terrible sleeper despite trying all of the recommended remedies. Whatever the direct opposite of kryptonite is. I want that one. That way even my weakness will be strong. If someone were to make fun of me based on literally anything other than how I'm fat, hasn't happened yet. So, I'm 110 kilograms buff dude, able to lift 125 kilograms on bench. Yell at me and I'll run or yell back, then run. Hearing details about breaking bones, dislocating joints. Once fainted during a rather tame description. The sound of drawing on cardboard with a Sharpie or any rough wood or paper surface for that matter. Shortish red-headed girls with big tits and freckles and green eyes and smiles. A gibbering wreck. Placentas. They are thick and squidgy and gloopy. And vascular. And they sklorp. I'm not a fan. Chicken wings. Brother, I could eat a 4-person meal worth of them and want to go back for more. Coldplay. They want to make me kill myself. Chris Martin can fuck off. The colossal twat bag. Beautiful, petite, blue-eyed brunettes with big boobs and a sarcastic witty sense of humor. TB around them, otherwise they get eaten. Doesn't matter how many. All of them. Peanuts and tree nuts. Without an EpiPen. it'd be game over for me in a matter of minutes. Alcohol. It was once a source of power, but after a few decades it became pure kryptonite. Anyone else been obsessed with Baldur's Gate lately? Yeah, it's that, specifically Karlach, small balls of metal traveling at high speeds in my direction. I wouldn't stand a chance. Not a lot. I quite like the Friday crossword and crack cocaine, not together of course. A narcissist. Weird stuff happens when I'm around one. I just strive to avoid him. Being looked at, watched. Can't do anything if someone can see me. Not even think. Loud noise and bright light, that's the downside of having great hearing and sight. Aaron, unnecessary noise. OMG, I could unalive myself or someone else over this. Performing the Street Fighter combos that I do in training while under pressure. Self-righteousness. That's the only thing that never fails to get under my skin. Kryptonite isn't a weakness that I succumb to. Or something I absolutely hate. I don't think I'd recover from being decapitated. I can't say for sure though. Pink kryptonite. My wife would kill me if she finds me with that shit again. The fact I'm probably ending up alone eats me up whenever it crosses my mind. 2 shots of 16 ounces of 7.5 alcohol beer. 2 Borg red for my Euro friends. Being hit with a massive object at relativistic speeds ends me every time. Short chicks with green eyes and benzos. Both make me do things I regret. I'll do damn near anything for black raspberry chocolate chip gelato. Ginger's redhead girls. I'm scared of them and mega attracted to them. A normal rock thrown at a sufficient speed at my head would suffice. Getting stabbed 28 times by Carl. Please someone get the reference.